What is up, the world of YouTube? I still haven't figured out how I like to say it, but hi, everybody. Welcome back to another episode here of Nostalgia Trip. I'm your host, as always, RJ, and this week joining me is a good friend of mine, a good friend that I've learned recently likes talking about this movies, particularly this one, and that is Mr. Caleb Boatman. Caleb, thank you for joining me tonight on this Nostalgia Trip.
Yeah, thanks, RJ. If I had to be on for one of the end, because this one was my jam. This came out at the exact right time for me. I was like 8 or 9 at the time this one premiered, which is like the perfect age for this movie. Like a little bit older too, but this was like, if I was any younger, I don't know if I would have loved this movie. But like that was like the perfect time. And this one's so much fun. I was already like just a time travel nerd in general because of the show Phil the Future, which is honestly top tier Disney Channel show that doesn't get enough respect. But no, I love this one.
Yeah. So what Caleb is talking about is we were talking about the time traveling Disney Channel classic that is Minutemen, starring Jason Dolley and Chelsea Staub. At that time, I forgot what her new name is because I know she now goes by Kane. Thank you. Yes, she goes by her married name, but Chelsea Staub back in the day. But yeah, and I can say I probably wasn't the target audience for this when this came out because I do know me and you have a very significant age difference, and it's already going to show because you were 8 or 9. I was a sophomore in high school already by the time this came out. But it was a movie like about high school, and it's you know, the guy ignored by the girl he always liked and gets the girl in the end. And I'm like, come on, who doesn't love watching a movie where that happens? But yeah, I mean, this one for me, Jason Dolley at the time was one of my favorite Disney Channel actors. And I think that had to do a lot with why I was drawn to this movie so much. Because, you know, he had this one, he had Hatching Pete afterwards. He was big at the time on Disney. Like Jason Dolley was a part of a lot of things. And I was really into him. And also, Nicholas Braun. I really like that actor too. But we'll get more into that when we watch it. But yeah, so yeah, I can feel you on that. That
Zach Attack.
It's exactly. But yeah, so we are going to get started very soon, ladies and gentlemen. Like I said, no payment plug for this, but I do always like to mention we are watching this on the group watch on the Disney Plus. It's a great way to share movies. You know, if you're watching a Disney movie, group watch lets you invite up to 6 people. You all come in and you can play the movie. You don't have to worry about counting down or anything or waiting for everyone to pause it. If you need to go do something like just use the restroom or grab a snack, everything pauses together. Everything plays together. If there's buffering, it catches you up to where everyone else is. It's a really nice way to watch things together, especially now in these still COVID times. It's a great way for just friends to get together and watch something that they really love, like we're doing now. But for those of you at home watching with us, we are going to be starting in 3, 2, 1, play. It's so weird when I watch these because, like, I wait for, like, a regular movie like opening title, but I forget that's not actually part of the movie like it is in like real movies, where on TV you always get the we're gonna watch a Disney Channel movie, like you get that hype from that opening. You don't get that in these.
It took me out of the thing for some reason, so I'm trying to get back in.
I will pause it for you. I am paused at 31 seconds, ladies and gentlemen.
My internet is not being nice today.
Make it be nice.
I'm trying, RJ.
Do you think your internet would work better if you just watch it on your own? Because like I said, I'm at a good time where you could just catch up to that and we'll hit play together.
Sorry, what did you say? You kind of got out.
Okay. Would it help your internet if you just watched it yourself rather than watching the group watch?
Is it possible to access the group watch from my phone instead of?
Yes, I actually watch it on my phone. If you have Disney Plus on your phone,
I think that might be the problem. So I think I'm
okay.
Because I was trying to do both StreamYard and this on my desktop. And
gotcha.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I noticed that when we had problems last week with me and Tim watching Xenon, and I had to watch it on my computer. I noticed I had a lot more buffering as well.
If I need to get like 2 seconds so I can get my iPhone headphones, though. So
no, yeah, sure, absolutely. Go right ahead, man. Do what you gotta do.
Air.
Don't worry about it. Dead air is what we do.
I don't know why my icon is Caleb Coho.
I was just about to say that. Your icon is Caleb Coho. Not the Caleb that's joining me today, but he will eventually. I know Caleb. There are a couple movies that Caleb is like, I want in on. So, so I'm just going to sit here and wait. I do apologize for those of you who are tuning in. So for those of you who are tuning in, right now we are paused at 31 seconds. Caleb needs to change to his phone. When he comes back, we'll count down again. But if you want to be exactly where we are at 31 seconds. Yeah, this movie. This movie's so good. I can't wait to press play now because now I'm excited. This is something I didn't get to talk with Caleb, but this is probably in my top 5 of Disney Channel original movies, at least favorites, not top 5 like actual quality, but this is the top 5 of ones that I love to revisit. I love rewatching Minutemen every now and again, especially like I told Caleb, this with Hatching Pete, like I call it my Jason Dolly double feature. It's like my favorite 2 movies to watch together that aren't related in any way. You know, 2 High School Musicals, always awesome, all that. And Caleb had to go. It's probably his computer again. See, I told you he's back.
I just tried leaving and refreshing so that it would like,
yeah,
because you were like better. A little laggy. So I think now that's clear.
Because you're not trying to do both. That always helps.
Yeah, I think that was the main problem.
Yeah, it always happens. That's why I like watching it on my phone. It makes it so much easier.
Give me a second to open it on
all good.
Disney Plus. Okay, I should be in.
All right. Okay, everyone watching at home, we're going back. Remember, 31 seconds. Give y'all a couple more seconds to catch up. And in 3, 2, 1, play.
Okay, this dude. I'm not talking about Jason Dolly, but the other guy.
Yeah.
Top 5 biggest Disney Channel douchebags.
Right? Like
absolutely.
I like Jason Dolly's fake braces. I've never noticed before.
Yeah.
Like, let's make him look like. Can we make Jason Dolly look like a freshman? Braces.
Braces.
Oh, and look at Chelsea Staub. How do we make her look younger? Pigtails.
Pigtails.
Pigtails, guys. Yeah.
How do we make these like 25-year? I'm gonna look. How old was Jason Dolly at the time of this?
We have to look that up. We have to look that up. Let's see. Jason Dolly.
This came out like 2008, right?
Yes. So Jason Dolly is 1 year older than me.
Okay.
So that means so he was about right.
Yeah,
this came out when I was in high school.
Old for a freshman, but like when you do the flash forward, it makes sense.
Yeah, he's appropriate. But actually, the one I'm most curious about, because I believe Chelsea Staub is actually significantly older than him. So let's see, Chelsea Kane.
Yeah. Also, I love that is the coach. Am I wrong, or is the coach the dad from Even Stevens?
I don't know if he's the one in this movie because he's in a lot of, like because he just looks like him. Because I can actually tell you,
okay, no, that's not him. That's not him.
Because I've actually done this for like DCOM trivia. The Disney Channel actor who has been in the most movies is actually Tom Virtue, also known as Steve Stevens.
Oh,
he has been in 7 Disney Channel original movies in one way or another.
I feel
even if it's just like a quick cameo.
Oh, He's the dad in Read It and Weep. That's like the main one I know. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Chelsea Kane was 20 when this movie came out.
Yeah.
And she's playing a freshman right now.
Yeah.
And talk about someone growing up. Have you seen Homeboy lately? The guy who plays the smart kid? I don't know. I forgot what his name is.
Luke Benward.
You seen Homeboy now? Homeboy grew up.
Honestly, like one thing I noticed before High School Musical, there were a lot of very like sport-centric Disney Channel movies. You had Motocross, you had Ice Princess. Like you had a lot of ones that like one way or another, like Take It to the Mat, the bowling one, like a lot of ones in some way or another focus on some type
Alley
of
Cat Strike slaps though.
Yeah. Okay. But like
I can't wait to do that one
on sports.
Yeah, they're always sports centric.
After High School Musical, I think they realized that their core audience was theater kids all along. And that's when there's this kind of shift. And the sports, usually if there's a sports element in these, they're the bad guys. They're the villains.
Oh, yeah.
Like
100%.
The football jocks.
Yeah.
Because then all the theater kids were the ones who were watching. That, like Lemonade Mouth is literally just the core message is put money into the theater program instead of all into the sports.
Yeah. Even though technically the like main villain kids are just in another band.
But they're also the jocks in another band.
Yeah. What teachers would let them do that to students though? Like for real.
Yeah.
Like this isn't the 80s.
It depends on the high school though. Like, but probably not. There are some high schools that are pretty bad at this where the teachers
see this movie must be in Texas because nothing says I'm the quarterback like a big red truck.
Yeah.
Nothing says I'm a douchebag in high school like a big red truck.
From the creators of Varsity Blues, Minutemen.
I like how he corrects him. Actually, I did it with cocktails.
It's cocktail sauce.
I like that. When I say make me something useful. Nicholas Braun playing like the badass is so weird.
It's so weird, but I kind of love it.
What? But you know what does it for him? It's his height. He's a giant, at least compared to everybody else.
But also, like he's kind of the perfect badass in that he's really not a badass. He just kind of looks like one.
Exactly. He's that tall guy that like you're intimidated because of his height. But if you actually get to know him. But you know what else I realized? This is basically Flight of the Navigator. When you look at the three core guys.
I've never actually seen Flight of the Navigator.
Well, in Flight of the Navigator, you literally have the one friend who's like the idea man, the smart one who actually figures it out, and the mechanic who can put it all together.
That's fair. You also, another place you'll find that is Caleb Boatman, Caleb Coho, and Cameron Holzman.
So who would you be in this movie?
Oh, I have established this. Caleb Coho. I have not established this. Caleb Coho has established this. I am absolutely the Luke Benward. I am absolutely Luke Benward.
This guy's in something else too. This one nerd who actually gets to talk.
I don't know what he's in, but
like I know he's in something else.
I'll look this up.
And I'm pretty sure he's like the exact same dude.
He's in the Maze Runner movies.
Wait, who?
He's Fry Pan. The nerd, Chester.
Oh no, that makes sense. That makes sense. But I'm pretty sure he plays like this exact same character in something else.
I don't see him in any other Disney Channel movies.
Maybe it's a regular movie then. I wonder if their age difference at this time was the reason that like they didn't kiss in this movie.
That would make sense.
Because he would have still been underage.
Mm-hmm.
Like 16. Like, don't get me wrong, not like ridiculously. No. Yeah, he would have been 16 going on 17. So I mean, like, it would have been terrible, but
it would have been weird.
Well, like, it's not like anybody back then was paying attention. Like the kids watching it. Like back then, I wasn't thinking like, how much older is she than him?
Yeah. No. Well, especially like when you're like my age watching it, you just
you're not thinking about that at all.
Everyone who is older that doesn't look 40 is teenager if you put sneakers on them.
I'm gonna say it. This is the ugliest pretty girl that Disney has ever given us.
True.
She's not that pretty. I really don't think so. It's an AV club emergency.
It's an AV club emergency. Oh my gosh. Sound the alarm.
But it's kind of one of those things that you could probably get away with that because he's probably one of those students, or at least Luke Brenworth's character, that he can do whatever he wants because the teachers don't question him.
Yeah. You know, like, he's definitely like the innocent kid that no teacher expects could do anything like remotely bad, so he kind of gets away with more than he should.
So Endgame had it right. Quantum physics does have something to do with time travel. I would know no school that you could have a computer on permanent reserve.
I think if you were at his level to where, let's be honest, that school probably absolutely needs him because he is single-handedly.
He kicks up all hard.
Oh, he's single-handedly keeping the average test score like below a C.
Yeah. He says out loud in a computer lab.
Yeah. You know, Luke Benward is one of the few actors to be in like multiple Disney Channel movies without getting an actual Disney Channel show.
Yeah. I do see there we have someone who says they're watching this while they're at work, so I won't share it just so you won't get in trouble. But good for you.
Yeah.
So that means in the beginning scene he was 11.
That's wild.
I like how offended he gets. I'm sorry, did you invent time travel?
But also, it is very ridiculous of him to say 48 hours, that's weak.
Hey, I know a lot of things I could fix in 48 hours going back in time.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
I like this random girl who's obsessed with him. Like,
yeah.
But I will say, as far as Jason Dolly and Chelsea Staub, I think this is one of the most underrated, like, DCOM romantic interest, like, of all the DCOM movies, because they always try to have something, and I think this one's very underrated.
No, that's fair. She gave you meringue.
You know how I know he's really not welding? Because
How?
I work in construction. If they were looking at him from outside in the hallway, staring at him weld, they'd go blind.
Oh,
You
wow.
cannot stare at that stuff. Like, even from that far away, if you stare at it long enough, it will burn your eyes.
Oh.
Like, I've heard some horror stories from the guys I work with. They're like, you never look in the direction of a welding when it's going on unless you have the mask or the goggles.
Oh.
See, then he talks and like he kind of loses the badass because he kind of has that like higher voice.
Well, I can't hear his voice without thinking of him going up to Bruce Campbell and being like, I glow. Virgil Austin. I love that it is canon in a Disney Channel film that the Denzel Washington Russell Crowe movie Virtuosity exists.
This random little sister character.
Yeah. There is literally no purpose to her in this movie.
No purpose whatsoever. I like how they try to make him look like a badass by having like a pocket tool and like eating. Who wears red pants?
It's a statement that you don't care what your pants look like.
Let's be honest. Probably go for that too.
But I feel, here's the thing, I feel like it's the most lazy. Like, it's the most obvious. Like, I feel like there's something more creative. Like, I get it, because, like, that's exactly what a high schooler would use. So I'm not saying the movie's being...
Well, no, because I'm just saying with 2 days, it's kind of a go-to. Like,
That's
what
fair.
happens in 2 days that you can actually make a difference?
You're not wrong.
In the middle of school. Hey, look,
Principal
Phil, the
Hackett.
future's principal.
Yeah. Vice Principal Hackett.
Has anyone mixed it up in order to get it right? Maybe go for another try. I prefer this song to Push It from Jump In. I like this song better from Corbin.
I will say, though, the best song in this movie is Roller Coaster.
Right?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Come on. Allie and AJ?
I'm glad when people like the same song I do.
That's fair.
I like how that's how you got a teacher to say, okay, I see you have a problem with that dollar. I got quarters.
Yeah. He keeps the dollar.
That's a very logical explanation for why a school has an underground building.
Yeah. 60s paranoia.
So the Cinemaster says in his order, my turn, then roller coaster, then run it back, then push it to the limit.
That's fair.
That's a fair assessment right there.
Yeah.
But yeah, one thing Disney never fails on, like I don't know about post Lemonade Mouth because that's about when I stopped.
Same.
But Disney Channel original movies kill it on original music every time.
Yeah. Oh, agreed. Come on, tell me this song doesn't slap. Tell
exactly.
me.
No, who is this again?
This is Allie and AJ.
That's right, Allie and AJ. That's right. Although I would have to say, like, because I said it last week and I'll always stick with it. My favorite, probably ever, Disney Channel original movie, original song. It's a tie between More Than Me from Stuck in the Suburbs and The Galaxy Is Ours from Xenon the Sequel.
More Than Me is great. I think my number one is it's probably something from High School Musical, and it's probably, I feel like this is a hot take, the Sharpay version of What I've Been Looking For from High School Musical.
Oh, ouch. No, it's a good song though. When I was watching High School Musical, I forgot how much I enjoyed that song.
It's either that or Stick to the Status Quo. Those are like the best High School Musical songs.
I taught myself that dance, and I used to do it at school all the time in the cafeteria. I was a badass for like 6 months when I knew all the High School Musical dances. And that was about it. I would think like that's got to be the reaction because like you're building this. There's got to be a part of you that actually believes this will not work until it does. And then you're like, holy shit, this is real. We just built a time machine.
Mm-hmm.
I like that he always messes up the high five that he tries to teach him.
Yeah.
Nice excuse.
My new favorite shirt.
It's so messed up. That poor cat. Albert Feinstein.
I think that is the best name of a dog in a Disney Channel movie. Because there are a lot of dogs.
Yep. Way to copy Back to the Future, but you know, what can you do?
Also, So the cat was from 843 and it's 844. So didn't the cat travel to the future then instead of the past?
No, his watch still said 843. Their watch said 844. So the watch didn't change.
Well, the cat's watch didn't change. So the cat was from 843 and traveled to 844.
Oh, you know what? You're right. Yeah.
So
they did that backwards.
Yeah.
Well, you screwed up, Disney. You done screwed up. Because why?
Mm-hmm. They just wanted to do the Back to the Future scene.
Yeah.
If we're being honest, like that's absolutely the reason that's there.
So apparently Cinemaster says Ben on it.
I want to say Cinemaster is Payson because that's his nickname.
That would make sense.
Which that I don't want to say that makes sense because it doesn't, but it doesn't like necessarily shock me either.
She's not hot.
She's not.
See, what I want to know is, because this is the moment they come to at the end of the movie, why is it different?
What do you mean?
She doesn't just say goodbye to him like that at the end of the movie. She says, she like basically tells him to leave.
Oh, fair.
So I'm like, why did that change? And you are correct, Boatman. That's who it is. It's Payson.
Because Disney Channel movies don't really care about continuity.
They should. Because now we're adults and we do this.
To be fair, I don't think, even at the time, anyone from Disney Channel expected anyone to be watching these except 8-year-olds.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's the big thing. I forgot about that. That was like the main thing. They're kind of one of those, like, they remind me of those old Hollywood couples where, like, why do y'all make the people who are going to get together look so alike? Because, like, they look so alike. True.
Payson, I am the worst person to ask that question because I don't know the answer to that.
I mean, it depends because, like, first of all, it depends if you actually mean chill or you mean the alternative to chill.
I assume it's the alternative. If it's actually just chill, then the answer is lemonade.
If we're talking alternative, I don't know, because, like, maybe now you see it. I don't know. Pixel perfect.
The 13th year.
Oh, yeah. I can't wait to do that one, too. That one's going to be fun.
That would be fun. Hey, girl. You want to watch a high schooler slowly turn into a leprechaun?
Or you want to watch a high schooler, or you want to watch a middle schooler slowly turn into a mermaid?
Or you want a house? You want to see a house that is like a robot take over and trap a family? Because the house watched too many 50s sitcoms? Smart House, though. Real talk. Smart House is actually kind of good.
Smart House is fantastic. Smart House is definitely... Smart House is in the top 5 Disney Channel movies of all time.
You know who directed Smart House, right?
No, who?
LeVar Burton.
Huh. That's cool.
Yeah. I'm going to double check, but I think that's right. Oh no! Oh no! Yes, I was right. It is directed by LeVar Burton.
There you go. That's awesome.
Hmm.
Now, Ryan Merriman also has a good double feature. You watch Look of the Irish and Smart House together. That's a good double feature.
True.
Yes, he's in a Ring of Endless Light, but let's go away. So apparently Payson says,
I feel like that is the correct answer. I feel that makes sense.
I don't know, because that movie just sucks anyways. Like, I still want it to be a good movie.
That's fair. Here's the thing. I never watched Johnny Capahala or Johnny Tsunami that much as a kid.
Okay,
like,
you definitely need to watch Johnny Tsunami.
Here's the thing. I have seen them. I have technically seen them. But I would always like kind of change the channel halfway through and see if anything was on Nickelodeon or Cartoon Network.
No, Johnny Tsunami is a great movie. Johnny Capahala back on board. That was a nostalgia grab. These random scientists who are tracking the phenomena.
Yeah. Oh.
I like how they don't reveal his real name. Like he's not a real dude.
It's just Robot Man.
If you needed to be born to get the chill part, then you're not chilling correctly. That's all I got to say about that. I like how that is his only motivation. Rich and popular. That's what I want, guys. He's like, I have to stand on a bench and get in your face to make you understand.
That's the only way he knows how to do the proper intensity.
Oh, no, this is the movie I think of from him. I just remember him from this movie. It's not that I've seen him in another movie.
That's fair.
I think I just remember him very clearly from this movie.
Here's the thing.
But now I know why he looks familiar, because I love the Maze Runner, so I like him as Frying Pan.
Here's where I think Chester made a major error here. He is friends with Luke Benward and Jason Dolly. He literally, they were down there. He literally could have said, "Hey, can you help a guy out? They stole my clothes."
Well, no, that was the whole thing. His glasses were fogged when he first walked out.
What?
You see him wipe his glasses when he opens his locker, because now he's like, okay, maybe I am a little too blind. Like,
but Jason Dolly and Luke Benward are still in there.
No, they walked out too.
No, they walked out. They walked out like right before him. Like
exactly
when his clothes were gone, they were still in there. I will say this movie has an underrated score.
Yeah, it's got a really good score behind it.
Also, Payson, don't feel bad for commenting. This is like why we do it. Keep commenting if you want to.
Yeah. Yeah, don't feel bad at all, man.
Yeah.
If you just mean you want to watch the movie, then that's different. By all means.
Oh, yeah, that's fair. But if you were meaning like, no, like the comments are what keep it fun.
I just wish I could be in a Disney Channel movie for the fashion, because everyone just looks so well dressed.
Everyone is so well dressed.
Like, straight up. No, I think it's lame. I was bad at that game too. No, it isn't.
Just the smile to the camera is the most perfect thing.
Yeah. I like that. No hitting.
No hitting. No hitting.
I wonder how long it actually took them to explain to her and for her to accept that it was like, this is real.
Yeah.
Convenience.
Convenient.
And you think like her dad would have noticed, huh, I'm missing 3 snowsuits from inventory. And now there's these guys in the newspaper about snowsuits.
Here's the thing. The store is called Snowsuit World. I feel like they have plenty of snowsuits that if 3 go missing, they're not going to know.
Oh, he's also at rehearsals.
Yeah.
That's fair then, bro.
Oh, that's fair.
Pop in when you can. Hold it right there, friend. I like it's not only like they brought him clothes, they brought him cool clothes.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, with the sweater and the popped collar, with the zipper halfway down.
I mean, cool clothes is a relative term, but
well, that's clearly what they implied. Like that, like, oh,
they
all of a sudden I got
in the context of the story, cool clothes. He's very concerned about a student shooting the glass case. Look, I don't want to upset the natural order of things.
I think it's more just because, you know, bulletproof is just typically the strongest glass anyways.
I know. I was being intentionally hyperbolic.
Did we win? Win what?
Her name is Nurse Ratched.
Ratched.
I never noticed that before.
Yeah. But you would think someone would put it together, huh? The snowsuit guys just happen to be like in these equal heights. And look at these 3 guys of those heights that hang out together. Hey, let's make everything time related. Let's call the burger place the Burger Hour. I like how to make him look older, they just made him spike his hair. Yeah. Like, hey, it's been 3 years. Spike your hair.
Spiky hair.
clearly not paying attention to you. But
Clearly not. But the thing is, she like still intention. Well, I guess they would get a refund for that, so it makes sense.
Yeah,
because the workers spilled it.
Like I said, but you could just tell, like, Nicholas Braun just sitting in that chair, like, how much taller he is than everybody, at least in that general area. I wonder, how tall is he actually?
That's a good question.
Okay, he's 6'6".
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so he actually is, in fact, a giant person. See, I don't understand why he makes a comment about deja vu when it's time travel. You haven't experienced this moment yet.
It's fully for the joke and no other reason.
I like that he accuses the ski club.
Mm-hmm. If you try to apply actual time travel logic to this movie, RJ, you're gonna have a bad time.
Well, it depends on the time travel logic you use. Do you go by every other movie, or do you go by Endgame that says every other movie is bullshit?
That's fair.
Yeah, this song still slaps, though.
True.
These guys are horrible spies because these teenagers are catching on to them.
The government's tax dollars in this are being wasted on just horrible spies. I'm going to stand in line behind you in line in a convenience store.
With a banana.
With a banana.
I came to a convenience store to buy fruit.
Yeah. I am buying one banana like a normal human does.
Oh, yeah, let's totally give it away by you knowing their name. I remember when doorknob was actually an insult.
Yeah.
That's right, bro. She told you first. You know what that means? You don't need time travel. She's all yours. Fuck me.
Oh, yeah, that'll keep the attention off you.
I want to already prepare for this because I think we're going to jail.
Yeah. I just get the sense that Zeke has definitely been to jail before.
I feel like it's implied he's probably been to juvie.
Yeah.
I dropped a grape. That's why we've been on the floor
like
this whole time.
Wiring a car. I would not be surprised. Jeanette is like such an underrated side character.
She really is a great side character.
(2008) Disney Channel special effects, everybody.
Which aren't bad for a TV movie.
I mean, yes.
At the same time, bold and decisive. Now I remember what I like most about Zeke. Grappling hook.
A grappling hook.
Because it always reminds me of Boondock Saints with your fucking rope.
Don't question the hook.
Why would anyone be intimidated by that principle?
I mean, hey, he almost caught the Diffie family like 20 times.
True. He's like, what? And see, like, I don't remember him saying this anywhere else in the movie that would have made her go, oh, yeah, you're totally Virgil.
I think it's more like that's absolutely in that situation the type of thing Virgil would say.
Maybe. That would make sense. That would make more sense.
Mm-hmm.
He's like the world's worst principal.
Absolutely.
Matter of fact, where's the actual principal? Homeboy's vice principal.
Yeah.
That was actually
Jason Dolly has some of the best one-liners in this.
He has really good comedic timing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to remember what she says. I think she says they're psychic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're
No.
That's so Raven. We're not Phil of the Future. We're That's so Raven. How I feel about every sporting event. Football. Remind me why we're here, I guess.
I only went to the football games because one of my friends was a cheerleader, and like me and her boyfriend like would just always be at the games for her. Like,
all the faculty in this movie are just awful.
Just terrible.
This is easily like the worst Disney Channel high school ever. What would you put above? Oh no, you're right. You're right. The high school from Lemonade Mouth.
Yeah, I think that has to go to Chris McDonald being the worst principal ever.
Well, when Shooter McGavin is your principal, what do you expect?
But at least they have good teachers, like the teacher who helps them. Like all around bad school, this kind of probably takes the cake because just everyone sucks.
Well, and the biggest thing is no one is like Shooter McGavin. I don't know the actual character's name. I just always call him Shooter McGavin or Christopher McDonald. Is like basically like absolutely a villain. Where in Minutemen, it's more the teachers are bad at their jobs. Yeah. They're not necessarily nefarious as much as they are incompetent.
Well, that's actually kind of the same thing in Lemonade Mouth. I wouldn't say he's the villain. He's just bad at his job. Like the villain is the other guy from the band.
He is actively trying to suppress the Lemonade Mouth. He is actively trying to censor them.
But that's at the behoof of that other guy from the other band.
It's not really though, because even like it's more that the other band is working with the principal than the other way around. I would say he's the ultimate like bad of the movie.
Yeah, if you had to give it a central antagonist.
Yeah. But I see your point.
Yeah. He did. He's terrible.
Because he's a freaking douchebag.
She's like, that's not what this is about, but sure.
Yes, we have gotten to that moment, Pace.
Yes, we have passed that.
That's one of the best.
Yeah. But like me and Caleb both agreed, that girl's not even hot. Like,
not really, no.
Like,
honestly, Derek is an idiot for picking her over Chelsea Staub.
Right? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like,
yeah.
At least make them comparable.
Yeah.
Kookaburra.
Just find ridiculous birds. And
I mean, not all of them are ridiculous. That's probably the most out there. Like,
that's fair.
Unless you are a fan of Barney, you do not know what a kookaburra is. Nor have you ever heard the word.
The hook.
Grappling hook.
Grappling hook.
I love what they do to their voices when they jump in the vortex. It always makes me laugh. I would. I'd be like, "What the fuck? I gotta sit here and wait. Why can't?" I feel like that got to be the crazy experience of all. Like, can you imagine literally watching that newspaper change right in front of you?
Here's the thing. If they're not going back in time, why would she be there in the first? Like, if there's no reason to go back in time, she wouldn't be there in the first place because the bad thing didn't happen. So that's also like expecting way too much.
It's one of those weird time travel things that you're like, how is she there when the future has changed? I'm trying to remember what about like why they made that clear now at this point in the movie. That like if I take something back, it doesn't change.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but
just about every Disney Channel movie had like the party the main character is now popular enough to go to, but he didn't go with his friends. So that's the big plot point. Really, if we're being honest, they stole that from Mean Girls.
If this was a real high school party, there'd be alcohol in that punch. That dude is clearly behind a bar.
Yeah. I mean, as far as we know, there could be.
Yeah. Damn, she's hot. I'm gonna say it. She's so hot.
You're not wrong.
Like, God, I had so many crushes on Disney Channel girls back in the day.
I do like this point though, which I feel I can't confirm it because I was only on one side of this issue. But the point that it does always look like the losers are the ones having way more fun in high school than the cool kids.
Yeah. I was a loser. I was fine.
Yeah.
I had a decent time.
I'm sorry. Some of the most fun I ever had was me and my not cool theater friends after theater productions.
Exactly.
Marathons. Some of like the most fun I've ever had in my life.
Dude, me and the theater crew going to a post-performance dinner, just like at an IHOP or something, was some of the best times.
For us, it was Perkins, but yeah, like.
Oh man, but I was a hoe. I made out with too many girls in theater and got in trouble. This is my advice to every guy in middle school, because I had a moment like this. Well, there was a girl I liked who was a friend who called me after a big fight with a boyfriend. And I was dumb. I didn't shoot my shot. I'm not saying take advantage. I'm just saying don't defend the boyfriend. I was dumb and backed up the guy. He didn't do as bad as this guy did, though, in my defense.
True.
He didn't like cheat on her or something. But they just had a fight. And I was trying not to seem like the guy who was trying to take advantage of the situation, so I didn't like say like, yeah, screw him.
Mm-hmm.
That bitch. You know, if this wasn't a Disney movie, that's what they would have said. That bitch.
Absolutely. You put this in, like, honestly, this movie could have been there's enough like semi-clever writing that this movie absolutely could have been like PG-13 girls style high school comedy. Like, it could have worked. Like you just like age it up a little bit, and I feel like it potentially could have worked. And in that version, he absolutely was that bitch.
Yeah. Oh, look at that old phone. Now, Virgil, you take that photo, you say, she doesn't want to talk to you, bro. Click. That's what you should have done, Virgil. Should have said, I love you. And she would have hung up on him. And the movie would be over. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, because a real scientist would say that.
Yeah. To be fair, it's very clear, like, these guys are not the brightest bulbs in the drawer in terms of NASA. Like that type of line is like legitimately funny.
Yeah.
Like that could have worked in like a Mean Girls style comedy.
I like how Disney Channel totally promoted like, yes, you can take two girls at the exact same time.
Yeah.
Wow. Be like, that's a douche excuse.
Oh, man. This guy, I just want to punch him in the face.
Right? Especially when you actually see the past and it reveals what happened on that first day. Like, I wish Virgil would have just punched him at the end of the movie rather than telling him off. Like, just went, hey, bro, what? Boom! I'm stealing your girl. I like how he didn't run when he saw a black van stop and two men jump out and dart towards him.
I love how they literally kidnap this kid, but they're also like, put on your seatbelt because safety. But we are also literally
because you're still a minor. But
Rehnquist.
it sounds like that scene from Transformers when they're like, you mean like Martians? Like,
yeah.
See, my car was stolen, but it's back now. Well, not by itself. B minus, baby.
B minus.
Also, I'm pretty sure you also couldn't have brought those kids in without notifying their parents.
Mm-hmm.
Especially the 14-year-old. With the populars. Screw you, man.
I'm gonna go home to my cat. Screw you, Jason.
I will go home to my cats.
DC3 was never that good of a band anyway.
You can't even really play guitar. I was heartbroken to learn that. I was like, oh, Jason Dolly really can't play guitar? Boo.
Yeah. Corey in the House isn't even as good as that, so rare.
It's really not.
It really was. In retrospect, Corey in the House was kind of awful.
So, speaking of Corey in the House, I just found out that American Pie made another movie, but this time it's focused on girls instead of guys.
And it was Madison Pettis.
Yeah.
Which
I was like, because like I checked it out because I've seen all the American Pies. I was just like, I need to see what this looks like. And I saw it. I was like, why does this girl look so familiar? And I looked up the cast and I was like, oh my God. Like, when did you become an adult?
Yeah.
What mom would just let a girl into the son's room?
Yeah. Red and shaky means bad.
That would have made that line funnier if like she actually poured that out. Like, I'm not a scientist, but red and shaking, I'm going to take it that's bad.
It all leads back to 47. Everything adds up to 47. It's the real 42. 47.
47 is the real 42.
47. There's this weird connection with this community and the number 47. There are multiple things involving the number 47. Obviously, the most notable being Kane McMillan fandom MCU. How many Oscar-nominated actors are in the MCU? Fucking C47. But, like, there are a couple others.
You are 6 decibels off, bro. Huh. That is an interesting fact. Did you know that Paul Thomas Anderson was originally signed to direct this film, but had to drop out due to scheduling conflicts?
Wait, what?
No way. Paul Thomas Anderson?
Paul Thomas? What?
I would have to look that up. That seems like a
Was
stretch.
it like not supposed to be a Disney Channel?
Where they were like, we're going to make the jump, guys. I don't see that like at all. Like, what would this movie be?
I feel like maybe that's just Payson either making a joke or messing with us.
I would be more. I wouldn't
Or
be surprised
it's true, and I'm just. And if it's like absolutely true, then that's amazing. But I can't find anything with Paul Thomas Anderson and Minutemen. So
I would love to be at a school where like you have the budget and the community that would enjoy a dance like this. Because I know in high school I would never been convinced anyone let's have a 50s themed dance.
Oh, no one would have gone to this. No one.
I would have. That's what I'm saying. Like I would have.
None of the actual cool kids would have gone.
Right.
Fair.
It is a complete lie, but would that be funny? That'd be more weird than funny.
I'm kind of ashamed I felt absolutely.
That's a great Elvis wig, though.
Yeah.
Like, it's not a bad impression either.
Really not that bad of an Elvis.
Mm-hmm. I would be that offended too. Like, come on, I did a good job. True.
Have you seen How I Met Your Mother?
Yes.
That guy is fake Moby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't they also make a Moby joke about the guy from Community, and then this guy comes in as a doppelganger?
He is always the fake Moby, and he's also the fake Moby in Community.
And then this guy plays the fake him in that one episode where like everyone's being replaced by doppelgangers.
Yeah.
Straight up. Yes, I did. I love this random dude with the big head. What's worse than the end of the world?
The end of the world, but also soundtracked by Nickelback.
I don't hate Nickelback as much as everyone else does.
Fair.
I would have called straight out. Since when have we been friends? Like,
yeah. This is one of my favorite jokes in the movie.
You should probably go first. I always forget what his thing is, but I always remember it's something dumb.
Yeah.
Well, that explains why he was a terrible spy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, let's all go through to the sound of doom. And by people, you mean the children? No, you did it.
You painted it. And
my hook. I like how they said we want to get all these people out of here, and we're actually closer to the black hole. This makes me think of the first episode of Bob's Burgers where I'm just like, where are all the grown-ups? It's so random, Chester, right there.
Yeah. How did she get over to the high school so quickly?
That's what I'm saying. Where are all the grown-ups?
Yeah.
He has a great dumbfounded face. Zeke just pulls Charlie. Not you.
No.
I like how they try to make him seem cool, like at the end, and he's still a douche in the actual end. Random playground. And where are all the grown-ups?
Where are all the grown-ups?
The sequel of this should have been called Minutemen 2, We Found the Grown-Ups.
Yeah.
Or actually, because of the song, the perfect title for a sequel would have been Minutemen 2, Run It Back Again.
True. True.
Is macaroni a vegetable?
The incident.
We didn't plan that. That was just very well timed. I mean, a little embarrassed. I mean, y'all did get hung on a statue in cheerleading outfits.
And it made the yearbook cover 3 years in a row.
Yeah. Like, still a good speech, but a little embarrassed is kind of a stretch.
Yes.
You dick.
You.
Real teenage movie? Fuck him. Horrible fake trip. Just the worst.
Maybe you can have this conversation later.
Right? Like, okay.
Hurry up! Do you want to get
such a bro moment we're having right now?
2005 got a particular a year.
It makes you wonder how far into their senior year are by the end of this movie. Like,
that's a good question.
I always assumed
well, that was just the homecoming dance, so I'm guessing they're like.
Oh, it was homecoming.
I think so, because that's why she was crowned homecoming queen. Maybe it was prom. If it was prom, then
there's no way it was prom, because he said the last 3 years. So that tells me that they're still probably in the first semester.
Yeah.
Because so if it's homecoming, that makes sense, because homecoming is usually like October, November.
Yeah. No, that checks out then. That like most of the movie spans like 2 months.
Yeah. That would make sense, like considering the time it probably took them to build it.
Yeah.
Must have had a really strong seatbelt to not drag him off of that thing and actually turn it.
You didn't have the pedal to the metal that whole time?
America!
America!
Did you say America when you hit the gas?
Before you put the gas on? No.
I say Highlander when I do that. When I'm at work and I'm on the big machines, I'm like, Highlander! And I hit the gas.
I watched the Highlander movie. It was terrible.
I'm going to ignore.
They don't pay me enough to worry about that.
He's like, I'll allow it. It's basically like him too right here. Like, students in snowsuits. I'll allow it. That's the dumbest. Like, I know what he was going for, but that's so dumb.
It's dumb, but I kind of love it.
See, like, he called him a dork. That would have been the perfect time to call him a dick. And you were always going to be a dick.
I mean, again, in the probably better Mean Girls level version of this movie.
Yeah.
That is the line.
I like how he says the scene in the hallway hasn't happened yet.
Says the scene. I'm very confident Zeke is aware this is all a movie. It would make sense. Zeke is Deadpool.
Yeah. I'm in a play. Oh, lip bite. Got him. Charlie, moment killer. Talk to him. He likes you. I could get Jeanette back. Good ending song, too. Good ending track.
Yeah.
Well, that is it. So that was Minutemen. Caleb, your thoughts on revisiting this movie?
Basically what I remembered. It's actually, no. I'll give it more credit than what I remembered. There were actually some legitimately funny lines, and I kind of forgot that there's some actually legit good writing in this one, which is, if we're being honest, rare for a Disney Channel movie. And obviously, it's a very stupid plot, and when it tries to be dramatic, it's very Disney Channel. I don't mind the silly Disney Channelness of it all, but in terms of like just actual quality, I think you can definitely do worse.
Yeah, I agree. It's definitely one of those, like I said, we're kind of adults now, so it's easy to point out all the little plot holes and make fun of the science and the logic. But other than that, still a very entertaining movie, a fun ride to go on with these guys. I think great chemistry between the lead three guys. You really believe these guys are friends.
Yeah.
And that's hard sometimes for teenagers in movies like this. Because like I said, I know it's a TV movie, but it's still a movie.
Yeah.
So I give it to them. Like, great cast, a lot of great side characters too. A lot of great little one bits from side characters that you actually remember. But yeah, so I'm happy with this one. Like I said, Jason Dolley is still one of my favorite Disney Channel stars to go back and revisit. So yeah, I would definitely always recommend this movie to people. It's always a fun watch. So ladies and gentlemen, that does it for this episode of Nostalgia Goggle. First, I'm going to thank Caleb. Thank you so much for joining me on this one.
Yeah,
I'll probably see you again because I know you like a lot of these movies. I know this was just the one you were like, I need to be on this one.
Yeah.
But so next week, we have another anniversary coming up. So next week, next Saturday, it's another one of my favorites. We will be revisiting the 20th anniversary of Motocrossed, the very loosely based on a Shakespeare play movie with BMX. Because, you know, when these movies came out in the early 2000s, extreme sports were in. So we got Brink, we got Motocrossed, we got a lot of movies like this. But I'm super excited about that one. So tune in next week. Let me know if you want to be on it. Other than that, like, subscribe, do all the nice things for us. We'll see you guys next time on Nostalgia Trip.